Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm Devil and here today we have another World War III video for you. However, this one is going to be slightly different. We're going to be looking at kind of the UI settings and all of that sort of stuff for how you can customize your UI color-wise, size-wise, all that sort of jazz, as I know a few people have been asking about it in streams and stuff. So let's get into it. Right guys, so here to start, we're going to jump into the gameplay tab. This is where most of this video will take place. So under gameplay here, you can see all the different categories here. We're going to start in common, as you do. Game language is your top one. Obviously, you probably have that auto set anyway. But then you can go straight into your HUD. Now you can completely enable or disable your HUD. You can rescale the size of your HUD in percentages. You can enable or disable the kill feed, the command menu, chat, compass, match stats, and gameplay tips. Now I usually have gameplay tips turned off as I do not really need them. I'm going to turn chat off as well from now on. And then we've got player colors here. Now, these player colors do reflect in-game with the color of the chem lights that are located on your soldiers. These are what is used to identify friend and foe, aside from, say, tags when you ADS a friendly. So you've got a bunch of different preset colors here you can select from. This goes for all of them. You can just go through and select your liking. And this does reflect in gameplay. Now, next is the soldier tab. So this is whilst you are on foot, not in a vehicle, not using a kill streak or score streak, or anything like that. So you can enable or disable your minimap, change the opacity of it, scaling of it, the distance that it shows, and whether the minimap rotates or you rotate within your minimap. Now this rotation is pretty standard. Some games have it force set to one or the other. Some games let you choose. This is one that just lets you choose, so just find whatever works for you better. Now, on your actual HUD, you can enable and disable some other stuff. So first off is your squad list. This is what is in the bottom left that tells you who is in your team and what equipment bag they have. Your player statuses, inventory statuses, your strikes panel. Your strikes panel defaultly is located on the right. Score feedback comes up roughly near the middle of the screen. Interaction tooltips is things like when you look at a bag and it says press F. Repair kit. Warnings. Enemy armor hit status. And then finally, the actual color of your HUD. From the preset colors, a bit like the rest of the HUD, this will change kind of the general coloring of, say, your strikes on the right and all of that sort of stuff. Next is vehicle. Now, vehicle is pretty much the same as soldier, just set, obviously, to be different for the vehicle you are currently in. The main one here is that you get the option of third-person perspective optics. So this is when you have like thermal optics on your main cannon. And need to change that when you're in third person. And you also get crosshair opacity, color, and HUD color for vehicle as well. Next is hit markers. Now, I did cover hit markers in a different video somewhat recently. It was in my tips and tricks video. I will leave a link down below and a card up above. But basically, you can change the opacity of your hit markers, color for a kill, color for a headshot kill, your general hit color, when you hit the head but don't kill, when you hit head armor, when you hit the armor plate. Now these obviously all go for just whenever you shoot an infantry. Now as for vehicles, basically they reflect similarly here. So you got destroyed, general hit and armor color, and then optics, crows and APS. You can kind of change all of these, but basically the optic screws and APS are the external parts of the tank that you can destroy, so you can make it so that they can't see out of their turret. You can disable the top turret, and you can disable the protection from missiles and jammers and shit like that. And you got world markers here. You can opacity and scale them. These are the squares that when you double hit X or hold X and change it, you can basically enable or disable it, as well as the actual like name markers, name plates, as they're called in different games, for friendly soldiers and squad mates. Now, finally, under advanced, you can enable, you can change the percentage of camera shake, head roll, and enemy noise. You can also enable high ping info, network statuses, and an FPS counter just to help you out. As you can see, it appears on the right like that. For then. Now that is the gameplay tab that covers kind of all the UI settings and stuff like that. Your control options are fairly standard. They are your camera sensitivity, whether it's hold or toggle, zooms and crouches, and whether you want to invert the mouse or not. Your audio is also very standard. Your video settings, you have quite a few different settings in the video. Obviously, your main one, you have max FPS through to max quality, being your kind of basic quick setup mode, resolution, brightness, VSync, etc. As well as your field of views, depth of field, and GPU buffering. But then under advanced, you can scale your resolution up or down, making it look better or worse, impacting performance, whether you wish to frame rate lock, choosing your frame rate lock, whether you wish to enable HDR, assuming your monitor allows it, frame rate smoothing, dynamic resolution, whether you want motion blur, whether you wish to sharpen your game or not, whether you want volumetric fog enabled, and then all of the other options for how you want your game to look are down at the bottom. You don't have your key bindings here. This covers kind of all of your different ones. It's pretty standard. You just go in and you change what you want in here just to make it, you know, easier for yourself if you have a preferred key. And same with controller options. Now, this has been a quick, short video, just kind of going over some of this stuff. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in once again. More full TAC Ops videos very soon, including some very special videos coming out as well. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.